Thanks for tuning into another video. I just bought this used 2022 Marin Alpine Trail XR. So let's go over a little bike check, then we'll go for a ride, and then I'll tell you what I think about this bike, give you a little review. So this is the Marin Alpine Trail XR. This is Marin's enduro bike. It features 150 millimeters of travel in the rear, paired with a 160 millimeter fork, and it uses a 63.5 degree head angle, so nice and slack, and that's paired with a pretty steep seat angle. And as well, it has some very short chain stays with a 430 on this size large. So moving into the build of this bike, it's a very interesting build. This is Marin XR, which is their highest build. And I think when this bike was new, it was around $5,000. And the spec is very interesting. So for suspension, it's covered by RockShox, and it is both the ultimate front and rear. So on the fork, it is the RockShox Lyrik with 160 millimeters of travel, and it's the nicest fork, so you got your high and low speed compression. And then the rear shock, Marin specs a Coil on here, which is a super deluxe ultimate. Again, best of the best shock. So the drivetrain on this bike is kind of a bit of a hodgepodge. It's provided by Shimano. So for the cassette, it's an SLX cassette paired with this XT derailleur and then an SLX shifter. Personally, I wish they just went with kind of the same everything. I find when they put the high-end derailleur, I'd rather the nice shifter than the derailleur. Now the brakes are where things get interesting on this bike. So they're 4-piston Shimano brakes, but it's not even a Dior. They're unnamed, very budget. It's a little weird and a little disappointing, but I guess that's how they got to get the cost point down to bring that high-end suspension. They are still 4-piston brakes, and they do pair them with large rotors, a 203 on the front and 180 on the rear. So we'll see how those fare when we go for a ride. So the wheels appear to be the only thing that's not stock from when the original owner bought it. So he's upgraded it to these nice Santa Cruz Reserve aluminum wheels. So these are really high-end, nice wheels. I think they'll be awesome. So there we go. That's a little overview of this Marin Alpine Trail XR. Let's go for a ride and see how it fares on the trail. I've never ridden anything with the highest end suspension, so I'm really excited to try that. It's pretty similar to my Kona Process. And yeah, let's see how it rides. Yeah, so we're climbing with the Alpine Trail, and if I'm being honest, I don't like how it climbs quite as much as my Kona, even though it's got a steeper steep angle. I feel it more in my quads, and I don't know, maybe I'm not used to it, but I find I don't like it as much. It feels almost too upright. Kind of weird, like nice because you can winch it up, but the Coil feels unreal for climbing. So much more grip. That's the one thing I really like. All right, first lap on the Marin starts out with a few gaps. Great way to learn a bike. Oh yeah, that is supple. Oh, little nosedivey. Definitely feels different with the higher bars. Really different. Oh. That suspension feels insane. Oh, the brakes are a little questionable. These Dior, actually they're not even Dior. Really weird spec, honestly, but I'm liking these suspension. Oh, dude, that fork feels insane. I don't know what's so much better about it. Dude, the Coil feels insane. Yeah, it's so good. The rear end feels super short too. Oh, that is sketchy. Really low bottom bracket too. Low cranks. Well, so there we go. We just got done with our ride. And what did I think about the Marin? I think this bike fits in perfectly with Marin's slogan, made for fun. With that short chainstay, feels really fun to kind of manual. It's really flickable. It is on the short side, takes a bit of getting used to. The other thing I noticed, the bottom bracket is super low. I was hitting my pedals on a lot of stuff, so that's something to take note from. But I think this bike is awesome. The long travel and the suspension just feels insane. It is awesome. This bike, I think, if you like going to bike parks, but you also want to pedal, this is the bike for you. The value on it is insane. For a capable descending bike, this is an awesome one to get. There are a few drawbacks though. That short chainstay, not ideal. The other one is the brakes. Those are going to need upgrading. Those 4-piston, no-name Shimano, they will stop you. It might take a little bit, and they're very off and on-y, like compared to a normal Shimano higher-end brake. These feel even more off and on-y, but also they don't really bite or do anything. But yeah, this full 29er trail bike, this can do it all. I think it's super fun bike. Maybe not quite as race bikey. It just feels a little bit like you're kind of hanging off the rear end, but for your kind of like park, you want to go hit some jumps at the park, you want to go for a pedal, you want insane grip and awesome traction with the best suspension you can. That coil feels unreal. Yeah, overall, I think this is a really great bike. The value on this bike is insane, and I would recommend this bike. Yeah, thanks for watching. Subscribe for more, and we'll see you in the next one.